Hey, it's Oliver, or Dage. So this is 4 killers and 1 broken computer, as I'm going to call this video. One update is that, oh my god, I can't believe Beeblefox watches my videos. Unbelievable. Anyway, okay, this is my old Mac. It's broken now, so I can't use it anymore. I was using it for my videos in the past. I used it for most of my vlogs, but now I'm using my phone now. Anyway, it's broken, and so I have to use my phone now. But I'll get another computer, and it's a Lenovo ThinkPad P40 Yoga Mobile Workstation. So, anyway, why is this broken, you might ask? Or how is it broken? Well, you see this? See this little crack? That's the reason why. And if you don't believe me, look at this. It's glitching, which sucks, because I don't know what to do with it now. Okay, now, before I talk about the killers, let me just talk about why I want a PC. Not only do I want a PC because I'm now going to be a PC user, but I want to use a PC because some applications don't work on a Mac, which sucks, and so I have to use a PC for it. So some of my videos in which I will get my Lenovo P40 mobile workstation, or PC as I'm going to call it now, is because I'm going to do I'm going to get animation for it so I can post some more videos on YouTube, which are all going to be animation. Now they're probably going to be like MMD or iClone 7, either one. I'm going to use either one of them for a video of mine, probably to animate my vlogs or something. Okay, alright, so there's 4 murders. The first one I really like, even though it's unbelievable that he tried to kill a celebrity, is Ricardo Lopez. If you don't know who Ricardo Lopez is, he's basically called the Bjork stalker because he was basically the stalker of Bjork. Now, in the 90s, well, in the early 90s that is, he wrote in his journal that one of his fantasies was that he wanted to make a time machine to go back to the 70s, become friends with Bjork, and he just wanted to, like, be with her. He would never have sex with her, though, because he would never have sex with her because he loves her, which makes a lot of sense, I guess. A man who doesn't want to have sex with a celebrity because he might get her pregnant. I haven't watched all the tapes. I mostly watched the last one and the first one. Anyway, and also, he did video diaries later on when he found out that Bjork was in love with fellow musician Goldie. So, in his video diaries, he said that he wanted to kill Bjork and kill himself so that they would unite in heaven. And the way he did that was that at first he wanted to make a package with HIV needles, but he found out that it was like that he couldn't find any in Florida, that is. So instead he wanted to mail her a package or a letter bomb disguised as a book, and so that it would spray sulfuric acid when opened, either disfiguring or killing her. So after he mailed the bomb to the post office, well, after he was mailing it at the post office, that is, I think, he went back to his apartment, in which he lives in an apartment in Hollywood, Florida, that is. And what he did is that he killed himself. Well, first he was completely naked which is a little creepy. Then he shaved his head, and after that he painted with green and black paint, or red and black paint, I think. Also his lips as well. He dyed them black. Then he put on one more Bjork song. I can't remember what it was, but anyway, after the song ended, he also put a sign behind him as well, and said, "This is for you." And after that, he shot himself in the mouth. Days later, after people noticed a smell coming from his apartment, they found a cache of tapes. There's 20 of them, by the way, and they're all 1 hour. I'm not going to show you because I don't want to be flagged for copyright, that is. And so what they did was that after they watched the last tape, they intercepted Scotland Yard, and intercepting the bomb, foiling Ricardo's plan. Also, without his knowledge, Bjork and Goldie had ended their relationship 4 days earlier before he sent the package and killed himself. That is idiotic. But I still like him because he's very interesting to watch. A man who slowly descends into madness in his apartment. Bjork even said that she was very distraught and said that nobody should take her too seriously to the point where it's an obsession. Okay. John Wayne Gacy. John Wayne Gacy was born in Chicago, Illinois, to an abusive father. So, for the rest of his childhood, he was beaten by his father with even the most blunt of instruments, ranging from his father using his belt on him to using a freaking broom to his head. Like, I'm not kidding, that happened. Like, after he got hit in the head, he would fall unconscious. Anyway, so where was I? Oh yeah, at the age of 9, he was molested by a family friend. So he had enough, and in order to get away from it, he moved to Las Vegas. And so he worked there as an ambulance service, or no, for the ambulance service. But later, he was turned to a mortuary assistant. To save up on costs, he slept on a cot behind an embalming room, and one night he snuck into a coffin and fondled a little boy. Let me just adjust the camera here. Okay, there we go. That's much better. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so he fondled a deceased boy. This sexually aroused him, and so he returned back to Chicago, where what basically happened was that he raped and killed boys, little boys, that is, well, teenage boys, I think. He even joined a group called the Jolly Jokers, in which he called himself Pogo the Clown. He would invite little boys dressed as Pogo and eventually kill them, because later on one of them was making breakfast for him, and he was standing at his bed holding a kitchen knife, thinking that the little boy was going to kill him. He killed the boy who was holding the knife, coming to realize that now killing sexually aroused him. And then he was under surveillance, and after lots of surveillance, he eventually cracked and broke down, saying that he was raping and killing little boys. He was arrested in 1978, And after a long time of digging bodies from under his house, he was eventually sentenced to death and died from lethal injection in 1994. So that's John Wayne Gacy for you. Needless to say, he's insane. He's very, very insane. I cannot believe that one man would just do this to little boys, all because it sexually aroused him. Okay. Alright, one final one. Well, this is I'm technically calling this a murder, because I don't know the guys yet, but... no. That's because I recently found out about these two guys. They murdered a teenage student after high school one night. I'm not kidding. They murdered this girl because they were inspired by the movie Scream. Two boys murdered a schoolgirl, all because they were inspired to kill people by a horror movie. I know that might seem like a little common, but this is just unbelievable. This is not justified. So who are the two boys? Well, let me just find out, because I don't remember it exactly because I watched it 2 days ago. Alright, one thing I need to point out is that I'm now filming from this perspective because my battery's low and I don't have a tripod yet, but I will get one someday. Anyway, the two murderers were Brian Lee Draper and Tori Adamczyk, and they murdered Cassie Jo Stoddart in 2011. Now, it's pretty brief, and they even filmed it once. Brian and Tori wanted to kill people because of the movie Scream. And the first person they wanted to kill was none other than Cassie Jo Stoddart. So what they did was that they filmed themselves at school. They filmed Cassie as well, and they filmed themselves in a class when saying that they're apologizing to Cassie's family, but because she had to be the one. Then the night after school, they went to Cassie's house to watch a horror movie. Then a few minutes later, they said that they wanted to watch it in an actual theater. So they left, and what they were really planning on doing was that they were going to murder Cassie in her house with a kitchen knife. The glare is terrible here. Sorry for that. So anyway, yeah, that's what happened. They shut the lights, they blocked the doors, and they killed Cassie. Minutes later, no. The day later, well, yeah, the day after, sorry. Cassie's sister, I think, or cousin, found her body decomposing on the floor. So the authorities found Brian and Tori and said that, and they later blamed themselves, sorry, like cowards. They were later sentenced to prison, and people held a memorial for Cassie because she was a straight A student. She was popular. She turned down cliques, and she was friendly to everybody. The only crime she committed was befriending Tori and Brian. These two should be killed because they killed somebody else, or at least just like punished in like an unimaginable way in which Cassie's dad said that. Even I'm saying it. Okay, so that's all for this video of 4 murderers and 1 computer. I hope you enjoyed this. Later.